What's going on, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and sorry it's a little bit late, but it's up time for the DM's Guild Spotlight. I was a little bit torn because I kind of knew what I wanted to do in previous weeks. I have a lot of content on, as I've said before, from different feats, magic items, adventures, monster expansions, things for building worlds, things for building characters, things for like homebrew rules and things like that. So I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. But an update was made to this document, and it's a really useful document to have. It is one of the ones that you can get for free if you choose, but I just thought it was a really good idea to show you guys if you haven't seen it, because it will only make your life as a player or dungeon master easier. So, we are talking, of course, about the D&D 5e player cheat sheet. As you can see right here, this is done by Sean Wickett, and you can see there's been many different versions of this. It's got a ton of ratings. It's at 4.5 stars for 28 ratings. There's comments and discussions back and forth down here. It is free, it can be free if you choose not to contribute. Again, you can see the average contribution for these things is it's 92 cents. So if you guys like what you see here and feel like picking it up, maybe throw some change Sean's way there and give him a little bit to show him how much you care about this product. So what is it? Well, it is just that. It's a cheat sheet. It will show you kind of all the things you need to worry about combat. If you saw my D&D 101 video where I talk about actions in combat, detailing those in length, this is basically all of that in a summation. It also will go over spellcasting and all sorts of weird stuff. So here we go. So right here, first page, you can get this on one page front and back, or 2 pages, however you want to print it. Combat progression tells you the page numbers on the player's handbook, but how your actions go in combat. Check for surprise, establish position, marching order, roll initiative, and then take your turn, all the things you can do, and then next round. Combat, how ranged attacks work, the fact that ranged attacks when someone's within 5 feet of you have disadvantage. There it is, actually, range attack in close quarters was the next one. Long range versus short range, melee attacks, how they work, what unarmed strike damage is, how an opportunity attack works, 2-weapon fighting, light, offhand, that whole thing, bonus action. Grappling, how grappling works, athletics versus targets, athletics or acrobatics. This is one I feel like sometimes when people do choose to grapple, this is one that kind of slows down combat because people aren't... I don't know, maybe that's not the case. In 5th edition, it is a little bit easier, I feel, but I feel like that's one that people are always like, how does grapple work? Let me look. And you can just have this ready to go. Shoving a creature, how that works. Levels of exhaustion, right here, fairly simple. And up at the top here, miscellaneous things, all about how hiding works, how obscurity works, vision obscurity, light versus heavy, cover, oh, fun. See, that's a thing that I didn't know. Wow, that's huge. The dex saving throw boost for cover, I was not aware of that. Half cover, +2 AC, I knew that, and 3/4 cover +5 AC. I did not know that it gave you a bonus to dex saving throws. That just left, wow. See, I learned something new reading through this myself. How critical hits work, really simple. Again, people don't get lost with confirmed criticals and things from previous editions and whatnot and modifiers. Whatever dice you roll on a crit, you double the dice, and then you add any of your static numbers. Simple as that. How a short rest and a long rest works. Difficult terrain, climbing. So, basically, it's tricky because of the way movement works. Difficult terrain, it's double movement. It says climbing, swimming, and crawling is 1 extra feet of movement. This is assuming you're not using a grid. For all intents and purposes, say it's difficult terrain, it's half movement for swimming, crawling, climbing, unless you have a speed that does it. Long jump, because again, this one I feel like comes up for anybody who, monks, or rogues, or someone with the athletic, or the athlete feat, or a ring of jumping, or the jump spell, how they work right here, long jump, high jump. Travel pacing, all the different conditions, all in one spot, which is good to go, as both a player and DM. If you have a DM screen, it does have this information on it. If you are a player, though, it's good to have these. If you say, oh, they failed my saving throw, they are now frightened. Here's what frightened does. And the second page is all about spellcasting. How spellcasting works, casting in armor, what your spell rolls are, saving throws, what line of sight is, targeting yourself, if the spell's a target of choice, can be caster unless specified, hostile or non-caster, what the different components mean, duration, how concentration works, how a concentration check is described, casting another concentration spell, taking damage equals DC 10 or half damage, whichever's higher, being incapacitated or killed ends concentration, overlapping magical effects, effects of different spells that together and duration overlaps, effects of the same spells can't combine, highest bonus applies, all durations overlap, spellcasting classes. This is my only problem, is that an Eldritch Knight and an Arcane Trickster are known spellcasters not prepared. And I guess Paladin Oath is known. Right, that's a little weird. But yeah, and Monk, Elemental Monk is also known because they don't get to switch them out. So again, it's a working document, as you can see. This one, actually, again, as I was looking through this, kind of jogged my memory as well. So this shows the point of origin. Again, this is in the Player's Handbook, page 204. But I just kind of skip over that section in the back of the Player's Handbook because it's like that weird little sidebar with the gnome pointing at the chalkboard. But how point of origin works. A line starts at you, a sphere is around you, a cylinder is the center point, cone outwards. Cube is what got me, because Thunderwave, and I'm sorry, Jake, for my Tuesday night game, a cube origin spell like Thunderwave. The point of origin, it's a cube originating from you. The point of origin is here. The cube is outward in front of you. You don't hit everyone around you with a cube. I did not realize that. I thought it went around you. It's actually out in front. So, good to know. The difficulty class table, this is in the, I know this is on the Dungeon Master screen, where it just shows you as a quick reference for what difficulty class for the relative easiness of a given skill, and then the different modifiers associated with the different skill checks. Another thing that I would love to see here is concentration. What is a concentration check? They don't have it in here that it's a constitution check, or, you know, slash saving throw if you're proficient. But other than that, that is the player's cheat sheet for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. It's free, unless you choose to contribute. Let me know what you guys think. I like having these. It's a good thing to reference, whether you're in an online game, an in-person game, and just, even if you only have one copy, you don't necessarily have to have a copy for everyone, but having a singular copy in front of you is great. Again, what does dash do, disengage, dodge, help, hide, how these things work? The fact that dodge gives you advantage on dex saving throws as well, something you might not know. I know hostiles are a disadvantage for attacking, but you might forget, again, dex saving throws are lumped in there as well. So, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this relatively quick D&D DM's Guild update, but let me know what you guys think. Have you picked this up? Do you think this is worth it? I mean, you guys might have already been doing this yourself by printing your own copy, kind of making your own cheat sheet. But if you haven't and have been thinking about it, well, this might save you the time. So, anyway, guys, I hope you have a great week. Look for another stream, a stream that's not gameplay, but a design and encounter stream coming up soon. I haven't figured out the exact date, but I want to have you guys help me design an encounter for my players to play on Tuesday night. Suggestions can be thrown out in the Twitch chat, things like that, and I will be incorporating all of that into whether the monsters they fight, the traps, DCs, the terrain, things like that. I want to get your guys' opinion, and I want you to be able to directly impact the canon of the game. So I will make sure to update on all social media and things like that as it comes out, but be on the lookout for that. Alright guys, have a good one. I'll see you next time.